morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, how y'all doing? It's Kaiser. And so kind of doing a little bit of a circle back to a video that I did a couple of days ago, just kind of picking up a couple of additional points that I covered, but also some new stuff that has kind of come out, a little bit of confirmation on a few things. So, yeah, the continued situation with Aquaman 2 is not looking so good. It's definitely looking like the series is, or this movie is probably going to be in a particularly bad state. Say, as you know, Warner Brothers has already had a particularly bad year at the box office this year, with pretty much all of their properties, in fact, yeah, all of their properties losing money at the box office. Now looking like that Aquaman 2 could be the latest to have that same problem after they released their trailers. People started to notice some things. One thing that got noticed was that apparently the trailer was roasted for awful CGI, and a lot of people claiming it was going to be a dumpster fire of a movie. So that's definitely not in its favor. Even I was kind of making some note whenever I saw the trailer that there were a lot of effects in the movie that just looked cheap. Um, Looks like they're not putting their full, A game on for this movie. They pretty much, from what we've been hearing, sounds like they're going to just put this movie out there to die and just get it out there and get it over with. At this point, it's more worthy. At this point, it's worth more to Warner Brothers as a tax break than it is actually any kind of, money making opportunity. So one of the major issues we heard was that apparently there were walkouts during test screenings of this movie. And so a lot of people got very curious about what was causing the walkouts in these screenings. Well, yeah, there appears to be a lot of people explaining what seems to be going down in those trailers, saying that apparently the baby is going to die in the movie. And, that's, the new, basically Aquaman's son is going to die. Which apparently, as I have now been corrected, did happen in the comic books. Apparently was a little bit different, but at the same time, look, anytime you're handling, in the death of a child, especially in a movie, that is something that you have to be extremely, extremely careful with writing. And it looks to me, at least just from an outsider perspective, that they are not handling this well. They're just really going in on this as kind of a motivation, and they're doing it the wrong way. And from the trailer tone, the tone just on the trailer, as I've seen, if this is something that they are going to go through, if they don't cut that scene, oh boy, that's going to spell some problems for the people that are going to see this. I don't see it being I don't see that resonating with a lot of audiences. I'm just going to say that.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
I'm going to say probably not. Anyway, so yeah, they mentioned here, so as noted below, insider at My Time to Shine H on X claims that in this report is correct. The report notes that the viewers walked out from a free screening of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom over a very specific moment, one in which Aquababy, the child of Jason Mamoa's Arthur Curry and Amber Heard's Mera, is born. Yep. So yeah, they're basically saying that when the kid bites it, that really caused a lot of people to walk out of a free advanced screening of this movie. And it's not just being picked up by one, location online. It's being picked up by a number of locations. And even, it's like, yeah, even, the online just garbage, kind of reviewers like Grace Randolph are actually even mentioning this, that apparently this story does have some validity to it, that there were people that walked out of this test screening, and allegedly it happened over this scene. So, yeah, even a lot of other folks on the like out there in the media say, can't wait to see a bomb. James Gunn's DCEU prepares for apocalypse. Industry Insider confirms viewers walking out of free Aquaman 2 test screenings as Johnny Depp fans rejoice. So yeah, looks like they definitely, from what we're hearing and seeing, it looks like Amber Heard's role in the movie was severely reduced. However, there's some speculation there that she was never going to be as much in the movie anyway, which I believe that, but I have a sneaking suspicion that they probably cut things further, from the film. But yeah, a lot of people already saying that they're really not looking forward to this movie. It's not looking good for them. And even James Wan, the director, getting out there and saying that things are not all rosy behind the scenes. So Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom director James Wan describes current state of DC, quote, "I'm living in a house that's getting renovated." So Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom director James Wan recently described this current state of DC as a house that's getting renovated. When asked current about on the comment, State of DC, he said, "I am aware of everything that's happening around me. I mean, I use the analogy that I'm living in a house that's getting renovated. It's hard to be not aware of this renovation that's happening around me." And say, while also noted DC is being renovated, he attempted to spin the film as not only being connected to anything that's not really happening or that's really happening with the renovations. Quote, to be, and it's like, but the beauty about Aquaman is that we've always designed these two films to be within their own world. The advantage of not being hooked into the bigger universe is whatever happens over there doesn't really affect my movie. He elaborated, quote, "This film doesn't hook into anything. It lives in its own world. That's what we found worked really well for us in the first film, and we're doing exactly the same. There's noise going around, but I'm just in my cocoon, in my underwater kingdom." So essentially, he's trying to say that, okay, we know that the Snyderverse was kind of a giant fail, but they're also saying now that, okay, well, this movie and the last one, Aquaman, they exist in their own separate kind of bubble. They're in their own separate reality, separated from the rest of the DCU movies. Well, I mean, say that all you want. I mean, it's still a DCU movie. You're still casting the same guy, Jason Mamoa, from the Justice League movie. And yeah, look, where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's kind of the situation we're seeing right there. A lot of people not looking forward to this. We're looking at a potential situation with this movie that it is going to flop hard. It is going to not go much really beyond just, I would say the first probably week is going to be bad enough as it is, but then I think it's going to see a serious drop off week 2 and going forward. So yeah, it's gonna be really hard for this movie to really try and even remotely make back any of its money. So there's an estimated budget involved of $205 million. Apparently, they're not bothering to put really any marketing or advertising budget behind this movie. So chances are they don't have a high bar to make this movie profitable or at least break even. I'm going to say probably, if I had to just put a rough stab out there, I'm going to say they probably are only going to need about 310 million, probably ish, based on what I'm seeing here. If they only end up, if the budget actually is only 205 million, which I have no doubt in my mind that it's much higher than 205 million because of reshoots and a lot of the re-edits and reduxes and things that they had to do for this movie to allegedly reduce Amber Heard's role in the film. To be completely honest there, I'm going to be pleasantly, not pleasantly, I'm going to be extremely surprised if that budget does not go much higher, I think that 205 million is a very conservative estimate for the production budget. And then add in on top of that, maybe 100 million for advertising, which the standard rate is 1 to 2.5 times of your, let's say about, 2.5 times your production budget for advertising. So that all being said, I'm pretty confident this is going to be a giant bomb. They're not going to put a lot behind it. They're going to release it out there and hope to God they can recoup a little bit of money and try and just soften the blow a little bit. But we'll see how things go with that one. We'll see what happens whenever the movie releases. It's supposed to be coming out, I believe, sometime in December. Let me confirm that there. Usually put that at the bottom of these articles. Yep, looks like Aquaman is due to hit theaters on December 20th of 2023. But we'll see. Anyway, folks, that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely go ahead and like this video. Hit the the subscribe button. If you are new to the channel, share the video out with your friends. Thank you, and I will see you all later on the next video. I have videos 5 days a week, live streams Wednesdays and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern. And I will see you later. Peace.